What's going on, everybody? I am excited to do a little bit different this week and give you a video newsletter instead of just words on the screen. So I'm selling my real estate portfolio, and I want to share why. I have been in the process of offloading it over the past year or so, and there's two real big reasons why. The first one is there's a lot of equity in these deals, and the cash flow doesn't quite keep up. Now, I've for a long time thought about real estate very differently. A lot of times we focus on the cash on cash return, want to accumulate as many doors as possible. And if we pull all of our money out of a deal, even if we only make $100, it's a great deal because it's an infinite return, as we call it. That is great. But when we go into deals, we're very, very, very careful and selective about how much of a cash on cash return we get. We want 12% on our cash. We want 15%, 20%, 25% on the cash that we put in a deal. But we don't treat equity the same way. And equity is money. Equity is money that you can't access until you refinance, get a line of credit, or sell. And so in a lot of cases with my properties, it doesn't make sense to refinance them, especially with interest rates being what they are. And there's still a lot of equity that would be tied up in the deal because you can only leverage up to 70, 75%, sometimes 80%, depending on the deal. And for me, it doesn't make sense to keep that equity tied up. I want my equity to earn as much as my cash does or thereabouts. So one of the first deals that I did, I got up to the point where I was making $800 a month. I had about $40,000 left in the deal. And so I've got a 24, 25% return on my cash. But because I'd done a bunch of renovations and because the market skyrocketed, I had $200,000 worth of equity in this property. And so sure, I could hold on to it, but my return on equity was only about 4%, which means if I can cash in on that and I can invest that the way that I had been in an asset that's going to produce 12, 15, 20%, I can more than double, triple my return. So that's part of the reason that I'm getting out of it. I have a lot of equity. The cash flow hasn't kept up with the equity growth, and I can put my money into something else and I can really make the same or more cash flow, which leads to my second reason, which is return on headache. I own a couple of businesses. I've got my real estate. I've got a coaching business that I absolutely love and what I care the most about. I'm working on Charlotte Entrepreneurs. We're about to launch our first event later this month. I've got a lawn care company. I've got a wife and I've got a 2-year-old. Those all have various headaches that are a part of natural everyday life. I don't need to add more. I truly deeply care about the work that I'm doing with coaching and adding value to people and helping them change the trajectory of their lives in order to help them really live up to their fullest potential and go the direction that they really want to and need to go. That being said, the real estate assets that I have and some of the headaches that come along with that, we have an Airbnb that I'm getting ready to list that it's fire and ice. Some months it'll be great. Some months we'll have a great month of returns. We'll never hear from the guest. Then we'll have a guest check out and after not hearing from them for 2 months and they've totally trashed the place. We just had one where there's shit, literally dog shit ground up in the rugs and a pile of it left in the house when they left. Not to mention dog pee over everything. Those are the types of headaches that I don't want them anymore. They're not worth the time, especially based on the return on equity piece that I mentioned. It's not worth it to take the two together. So I'm selling them. Now, as a result, I'm focusing on, like I mentioned, the business that I care about the most around the coaching, around helping people through that and Charlotte Entrepreneurs, and then also building up my lawn care company as well. That is where I want to put my time and where I'm going to put my time. The money I'm putting some into some passive investments that are truly passive, like an oil and gas investment. And I'm keeping a lot of it as cash so that I can have capital available if opportunities arise and so I can put it into my businesses as well. So it's a different approach. I know most people are very hardcore buy and hold. I'm going to hold on to this forever and you're stupid to sell. Love to hear your opinions. Love to hear your feedback and pushback because I know there's plenty of people that probably disagree with the route that I'm taking. But let me know what you think. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? Are you going to do anything similar? Are you holding on? Are you buying more? What's going on? I'd love to hear more about it. I'd love to hear any of the pushback that you have.